Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Quick announcement with the Apple iPhone X has just been announced, and yeah, it's not too bad actually. All the bells and whistles, lots of new improvements and stuff, and it sounds really good. But I wouldn't upgrade just yet. I'll wait for it to come out for a little while anyway, like anything new. But I wanted to sort of compare with you with some details. I mean, they've got, like, at the moment on the Apple website, they've got 3 phones. One's called the iPhone X, which is where the display goes all up and around at the top there. Then you've got the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone 8, which is very much like the normal iPhone 7 style. So if you want the one, the actual X they've been talking about, that comes in 5.8 inch size. Then you've got the iPhone 8 Plus 5.5 and obviously the iPhone 8 4.7. So they named it slightly different, so you have to be very careful on that side there. So you've got the iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, then the iPhone X. The X is the one that's truly different to the other ones. Now, comparing the size differences, the iPhone Plus and the iPhone X are slightly different. The iPhone Plus is the largest of them all. Now, the X and the iPhone itself seem to be very much... Oh, actually, no, the X is a little bit bigger than the iPhone 8 itself. Not very much, though, but it's a screen that counts on the iPhone X. It actually goes right up to the top, leaving a slight space at the top for your camera and obviously for the earpiece when you're talking to your friends and stuff. Android or either way. I do like the Apple phone. I use my Apple phone a lot, but I use my Android for all the video stuff on there. So the iPhone X obviously looks like it comes in 2 colours, silver and black. And then you've got the other phones like the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone 8 comes in 3 different colours, silver, black, and obviously that rose gold that Apple likes to sell a lot. Now the iPhone 8 is 4.7 inch 12 megapixel camera. The iPhone 8 Plus is 5.5 inch and again 12 megapixel colour. The iPhone X is 5.8 inch 12 megapixel cameras. So they all seem to be very close on what they are each. Now, for some sorry, I'm changing the camera, I'm getting comfy position. Now we've got a Face ID. I'm just going to move my keyboard because it needs a lot of tidying up in here. So they all got the A11 new bio chip, or Bionic chip they call it. So they all have the same chip. The iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus, this is a mouthful, has Touch ID, okay, as normal, but the iPhone X has the Face ID instead, and doesn't look like they've got the Touch ID because it's got done away with the small button. But on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, you still have your home button on there, hence why the Touch ID. Then you've got wireless charging on all 3 devices, which is fantastic. Bit off topic, but don't suppose you could recommend some software for managing my IT company. I'll talk on another video. Yeah, wireless charging on all 3 devices. Now the compatibilities, the storage. This is interesting. Now they all come in 2 flavors of storage. They got the 64 gig and a 256 gig on all 3 models. So you got none of this 16 gig, none of this 8 meg gig anymore. So they are aiming at higher storage capacity, which is great because mine's on my iPhone 7, which I still have somewhere. My iPhone 7 is a 256 gig version, which is really nice. Now they all got the slight difference on the HD screen itself. Now the 8 and 8 Plus has a Retina HD display, 4.7 inch and 5.5 inch, which is roughly 326 ppi or 1334 by 750 pixel resolution, and slightly higher on the iPhone 8 Plus because obviously it's a slightly bigger screen. And now on the iPhone X, it's a little bit different. It comes with a Super Retinal HD display, 5.8 inch, and it's all screen OLED, whatever it is, multi-touch display, HDR display, 2436 by 1125. 458 ppi, and then also it's got 1000 to 1 contrast ratio typically, which is 1 million to 1 contrast ratio, where the other 2 are slightly lower. True tone colours, it's all on 3. Wide colour displays, all on 3. All 3 devices. 3D touch on all 3 devices. Size and weights. I'm not going to go right into size and weights because we know what the phone's sort of roughly in size. So let's look at the weight. Weight's probably more interesting part. So the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, they are slightly different. So the 8 is 5.22 ounce. I say 5.22 ounce. The iPhone 8 Plus, 7.13 ounce, and the iPhone X comes in at 6.611 ounces. It's just a bit between the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. So slightly a little bit different, heavier, but it's not too much anyway. Splash water and dust resistance on all 3 models. Standard. They've all got the A11 Bionic chip, 64-bit architecture on all 3, native engine, and embedded the M11 motion coprocessor in all 3 devices. So slightly improvements on the chip on the other 2. Camera wise, we've got 12 megapixel cameras, wide angle and telephotic cameras on 2. So that's the iPhone X and iPhone 8 Plus. Now the iPhone 8 on its own is 12 megapixel camera, wide angle. No, it's got got 1.8 aperture, which is on 3, and also you got an option on the other 2, which is 2.8 aperture on the X is 2.4. Dual optical image stabilization on all 3. You got 5 times zoom on the 8, up to 10 on the iPhone Plus, as well as the iPhone X itself. Well, it's really a mouthful going on here as well. The video recording, well, this is interesting. This is the most probably the best part, because on my Samsung phone I record 4K 30 frames per second, which is really important. It's really good quality. This is what I'm streaming on at the moment. Now on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, they both got 4K, 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, or 60 frames per second, and you got the same on the iPhone X. I thought the frame rates would be more higher, moving towards technology. I know you got the 4K at 60 frames now. I was expecting that to be a bit more higher with the new technology and stuff. We're still very much stuck on this. That seems to be really much embedded where we are at the moment with the 4K side. 1080p HD on all 3. Optical image stabilization all 3. I prefer using my DJI Osmo mobile for my phone. So all that'd be interesting to see if that would actually work with the new one. Interesting anyway. Slow motions, all the same frame rates. They're all roughly the same. 1080p at 120 and 240 on all 3 models, and time-lapse video with stabilization on all 3 as well. So an option on there. Front camera. This is interesting. The front camera is always the lower end. I would like to see the front camera to be 4K as well as the back camera. I mean, the amount of times they're slowly upgrading more and more going forward, but I think if technology was, well, they should make the front camera, which is the most usable camera. I mean, my front camera on here I'm using, I mean, it's 1080p, but it'd be nice if it was 4K. Why always have 4K on the back camera? Where most people, especially blogging, will use it on the front camera. But anyway, so the front cameras on all 3 models, all 7 megapixels, 2.2 aperture, retinal flash on all 3. So very much the front-facing camera is the same on all 3 models. But obviously, the option on the X, you get the portrait mode, portrait lightning beta, and this emoji as well on the X, but not on the other 2. Wi-Fi, I think they're talking about this new Wi-Fi, the new Wi-Fi version they've got on here, but looking at them, they've all got probably the same functionality on Wi-Fi, GLONASS, GPS, GLONASS, Glelcos, and QS SSR. So obviously got much more improvements on the GPS side as well for more accuracy, which is quite nice. And then you've got the normal Apple Pay, video calling, audio calling as well, video playbacks. Series 10, new series. I've had my series turned off. I've never really used series, just irritating. I've played with it, but it's not a day-to-day thing I use. It's just more annoying than anything else. So I have it off. So power and battery options, which is quite important. So the iPhone 8 and the 8 Plus runs the same as the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. So no difference there. Then you've got the iPhone X, lasts up to 2 hours longer than the iPhone 7, so that's obviously a big improvement. So to be honest, the favourite out of all these is the iPhone X is to go for, probably the best one to go for. I very much like my iPhone 7 Plus, I like the size of it, so I'm hoping that, I'm not sure if I'm going to go for something a bit smaller. You know, once you're used to something, you don't want to go back really. But it's just weird. Talk time 21 hours on iPhone 8 Plus and the X, up to 12 hours, sorry, up to 14 hours on the iPhone 8 itself. Include headphones, so obviously with you got the earpods with lightning connector on all three. Oh, they don't get, I tell the iPhone X, they should give away the wireless headphones. That'd be interesting, but they all got the 3.5 mil headphone jack converter, or adapter they call it, and that's the lightning connector on the headphones itself. I expect a bit more. I expect them maybe to give the wireless iPods. That'd be interesting. I like them, they're nice. SIM cards, nano SIM, not compatible with existing micro SIMs SD cards. But yeah, so that's it. So quick overview on that side. I'm not sure if I'm going to be upgrading to one just yet. I'll probably wait for them to come out, wait for the bugs to line out. And I've got a feeling the iOS 11 will be out very soon. We'll check on my phone actually to see if it's actually released yet. Because it's damn quick. They have got the website updated quite quickly on that side. So we'll take a quick notice to see if the software update is ready to go. So look, no, still on iOS 10.3.3 on my iPhone 7, so not released that just yet then. So that may come out in the next few weeks maybe. We'll just have to see. So that's my views on the iPhone 8, comparing it. So do I go for iPhone X? Yes, maybe. Do I go for an iPhone 8 or 8 Plus? No, I think I'll go for the X. I like the screen, the front screen, much more. It goes right to the, top, right to the bottom. So it's got obviously more screen retail space, as people call it. Some people call it. So I'm interested to know what the price is going to be, because on here it's got, oh yeah, model and pricing. This will be interesting because they were talking about, is it going to be £800 or £1,000? So we'll have a look. So let me see. Select this model. iPhone X. I don't think it's going to actually give me a price because it's. Let me select it all. Compatibility. So here we go. So I'm only going to talk about the US prices because it's not available in the UK just yet. So 64 gig model on the iPhone X comes in at $999. So we are looking at the sort of $1,000 mark. And if you want the 256 gig version, you're looking at a whopping $1,149. So yes, I reckon when it comes in the UK, we'll be looking at £1,000 for the iPhone X. So it's gone up in price. I think I'm going to stay with my. To be honest, a price like that, I'm going to stay with my iPhone 7 Plus for a while. It's great. It's probably be better to get it. It's on a contract when it comes out, so you're paying it monthly. Because I think paying it all outright is quite expensive for what it is anyway. So we'll just see anyway. Hopefully they'll release iOS 11 very soon. Get to see how the software works out. Obviously big improvements on that side as well. And we'll just have to see how the internet goes about this iPhone X when it gets released. See what people's opinions are. Normally the top YouTubers will probably get the phones given to them for free to trial out. So I might look around having a nose, but for the moment I'm sticking with my iPhone 7 Plus. So tell me your thoughts. Is it something you would upgrade to, or would you wait around, or are you happy with what you got? Comment below, let me know. And if you're not a subscriber and you just come here to the video, hit that subscribe button on that side there. And thanks for watching again. So again, if you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't like the video, thumbs down. And leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts. Are you going to stay with your phone, or is it something you're going to definitely upgrade when it gets released in UK or around the world? Let me know, and speak to you soon. Cheers, guys.